Hello Year 3! Thank you for joining me for today's writing lesson. Before I do anything today, we are going to get straight in and do our pre-lesson checklist. So, Jade group, just as usual for this week anyway, you need to go and follow Miss Fernandez's video. So if you're here and watching this video and you're in the Jade group, just go over and click in the description or find Miss Fernandez's video for today. It's called the Amber video. Everybody else, so that means the Indigo group and the rest of Year 3, you need to get a piece of paper and a pencil and write down the date, which is the 21st of May 2020, and the LI, which is to plan a persuasive article. Interesting. So, pause the video and get your date and LI ready. So, you may or may not know this, but when you're writing, there are a few different types of writing that you can do. And normally the type of writing that you're doing is related to what your intention is. So that means, what's the point of your writing? Why are you writing what you're writing? When you're writing a story, the two main types of writing you will be doing is narrating and describing. So have a think to the stories that you wrote in your story project last week. There should have been some describing, because you would have been describing what the character looked like, what the setting was like, how the character was moving, how the scene looked when different things changed, what the different characters were like. There's a lot of description in story writing. And when you're describing, you need to use a certain type of writing. Normally, you would need lots of descriptive words like adjectives, you would need lots of details, you would be focused on what type of vocabulary you're choosing, and your sentences might be quite long. Another type of writing you do in story writing is called narrating. Most of you should have heard of narrating before because the person telling the story is the narrator. So when you're writing a story and you're not describing but you're just explaining what happened or explaining parts of the story, for example, if you're saying that one day Jack woke up suddenly with a bad headache, that's a narration because you're explaining what happened. You might not be describing the headache in that much detail, but it's still important for the story because we need to know what's happening. There is a third type of writing that you haven't really done in your stories, but it is a really important type of writing, and that is called persuading. Now, we do persuading all the time. How many of you have tried to persuade your mum or dad to let you stay up a little bit late one evening, or to let you watch another episode of your favourite TV show, or to let you go outside and play, or go to the park, or see your friends? In fact, most of you are very good at persuading, and I know this because a lot of you have tried to persuade me in the classroom to do different things. Persuading is all about convincing somebody else of something that you believe, or something that you want, or something that you think. In Evie in the Jungle, there is something that Evie wants very much, and that is for the rainforest to be a safe place for all the animals to live. When she does her interviews and shares them on the website, she does that because they're trying to raise money for Professor Abigail Garcia's charity. For today's writing task, I want us to imagine that we also work for Professor Abigail Garcia's charity, and we are sending letters to everybody that is watching these videos of Evie talking to the animals and trying to persuade them, keyword today, persuade, trying to persuade them to give money to the charity in order to save the rainforest. What I'm going to do is, today we're going to plan our persuasive writing and tomorrow you're going to write it. And I'm going to ask my brother to read them, and once he's read them all, I'm going to see if he is willing to donate £5 to a charity that supports the rainforest. So he's really going to give £5 if you can persuade him, but in order for you to persuade him, you need to do your best writing. So, before we start work on our own writing, I thought it would be really good to take a quick look at an excellent model example of good persuasive writing that is trying to persuade someone to donate money to a charity or charities that will support the rainforest. So this is the example. This is the title we're going to be using in our own writing: Why you should donate money to charities that protect the rainforest. So that's what this article is about, and it's from a charity called the Rainforest Alliance, which is an excellent charity that does a lot of work to protect all different parts of the rainforest and many different types of rainforests around the world. So I'm going to read it out. Just have a listen, have a think about what they're doing really well in the article and what kind of information is in the article. Depending on where you live, the rainforests might seem pretty far away, but the rainforest is important to all of us, no matter where we live. However, there's one problem. Logging, should be commas here, mining, agriculture and fires are destroying the world's rainforests. If we lost the rainforests, many of the animals we love would quickly go extinct. Millions of people who rely on the forest for food, water and livelihoods would be forced to leave their homes. The global climate crisis would rapidly reach the point of no return, leaving our planet uninhabitable. This reality is getting closer. People are destroying thousands of acres of rainforest around the world every single day, and we're running out of time. You don't have to live near the rainforest to help protect it. That's where donating money to charity comes in. For the price of a football, you can make a difference by supporting charities in their mission to prevent deforestation and save rainforests around the world. Your money would go directly to projects saving land, protecting species, empowering communities, and securing the planet's future. So, no matter where you live, you have the power to protect rainforests. Donate today. So today we're not going to focus too much on the style of writing, we're just going to focus on the content, so the overall plan. What does this person write about? How do they persuade you to donate to the rainforest charities? I think it's an excellent piece of writing because it made me really want to donate my money to protect the rainforest. There's a few key things that we need to think about when we're planning this article. We need to give a reason for what are the reasons for why we should save the rainforest. We need to emphasize all the bad things that are currently happening so that people really realize it's a dangerous situation at the moment. And then we need to explain what people can do, why donating money can help the rainforests. So here is how I want you to lay out your plan, and there is the task information at the top. It says, plan a persuasive article entitled why you should donate money to charities that protect the rainforest. So that's what we're planning for, that's what the article is going to be about. For your plan, use resources on the internet, Google, YouTube, charity websites, to find information. Write down this information in bullet points so that you have a plan before you complete your article tomorrow. So for each one, you need to write the title, why we need the rainforest. Then you need to go and find at least 3 reasons why we need the rainforest. I already know one off the top of our head because it creates oxygen. And I remember from Evie in the Jungle that it stores carbon dioxide. So that's already 2 reasons. Can you think of another one? If you can't, just go to Google, type in why we need the rainforest and see if you can find any more reasons. Once you've found your reasons, you can write it in your 3rd bullet point. So you need 3 reasons for why we need the rainforest. What bad things are happening to the rainforest? So you might have something like logging we know about. Are there any other bad things? I know that you will find some information if you do some research. And then I want at least 2 reasons why donating money will help. So how does money help? Why do we need to donate money? So I'm going to get rid of my answers so that it's not too obvious for everyone. So I want you to come up with your own reasons and write up your plan. You should have 3 subheadings in your plan underneath your date and LI, and then send that in to me so I can make sure you're on track, and we'll be using this plan in our lesson tomorrow to help us actually do our writing. These are going to be your 3 different paragraphs. So pause this video now. Write down each of the subheadings with 3 bullet points each, and then go off and do your research, fill in the bullet points, and you should have a complete plan by the end of the lesson. Here is a close-up of each of the subheadings so that you can copy them down and leave the bullet points empty, and then go and fill in your reasons afterwards. And hopefully when you're finished, you will all take a photo of your work and send it in to this email address so I can see how ready you are for tomorrow's lesson.